Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for Monday Night Football Week 8 between the New York Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday, November 1st, 2021. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 3 picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for this Monday Night Football game. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 800 subscribers here by the end of the week, so appreciate your help out with that. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page. It's a great place to connect with our community, to get new ideas for bets, to chat about sports, just to have a good time. Always have a good time in the Discord, so I highly encourage you to check that out. Also, be sure to drop a pick down below in the comment section of your favorite play for this game. If you'd like it included in our comment cappers section, just make sure you put a star or an asterisk next to your pick so I know what your official pick is. We also have a live stream coming up actually for this game on Monday Night Football between the Chiefs and the Giants. Looking forward to that. We're going to be having some game audio with a watch party going on. Always have a good time at those, so I highly encourage you to check that out as well. Other than that, let's get right into our picks. Normally we would have our comment cappers and results section, but I'm actually recording the video during Sunday Night Football, so we can't do that, obviously. So we'll have our results for both of these episodes on Thursday Night Football. All right, so getting right into our picks for today. At number 1, we are going with the Kansas City Chiefs minus 6.5. First half spread here versus the Giants at minus 110 odds. So guys, the Chiefs are coming off a game where they got absolutely hammered in Tennessee. 27-3, an embarrassing performance by Mahomes and company. Particularly Patrick Mahomes. Threw a couple more interceptions. Really not playing to his standards so far this season. So, here on Monday night in primetime, coming back home against a depleted Giants team who are dealing with a ton of injuries. Barkley's out. Galladay's out. A lot of people are questionable. And they're just dealing with a lot of problems there, particularly on the offensive side for the Giants. A lot of injuries. I'm expecting a big performance here on Monday night from the Chiefs. I don't think they'll have a letdown here at all. The game's in primetime. They know by now that they have issues and they need to play well, and I think their focus is going to be there. They still have a great coach. Andy Reid is still a phenomenal coach. They still have a phenomenal quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, even though he struggled at times this year. They're still a great team, and I think there's issues with the Chiefs, no doubt about it, but at the end of the year, I think we'll still see them in the playoffs, and they're still going to respond when the time calls for it. The time is now. Chiefs have to respond. I expect them to come out and win this first half by at least a touchdown for sure. Really expect them to dominate. So far on the season, the Chiefs are 2-0 versus the NFC East, so they have not had any troubles with this division in particular. And the Giants, to me, are just like those teams in the NFC East. They're a struggling team that I put them in the same category as the Eagles and Redskins, or the Washington football team, the teams that the Chiefs already dominated. Giants are in that category, and they're injured. Even if they were healthy, I'd put them in that category, but they're banged up. So far on the season, the Giants ranked 22nd in yards per game, 17th in defensive yards per game as far as yards allowed. So their defense is doing a solid job, but it's going to be no match here for Mahomes. You know, maybe if Mahomes is playing a top 5 defense, I think he might have some trouble, but not here against the Giants. On the season, so this is where, this was a crazy stat when they looked this up. The Chiefs are minus 10 in the turnover category. The Giants are even, which is really interesting. I don't see that continuing, though. That is not something I'm looking for to continue in this game in particular. It all depends on the matchup, and the Chiefs here are drawing a decent enough matchup here where I'm not really too concerned. The Chiefs' offense, like I said, is still pretty good behind Mahomes. Despite the turnovers, they still rank 3rd in yards per game and 8th in scoring offense. So they're still a very good offense. And they've definitely had their problems. Like I said, I expect them to get it right here. Giants' offense on the season ranks 25th in scoring, 17th in yards per game on offense. So, like I said, the Giants just statistically don't really match up with the Chiefs that well, particularly on the offensive side. And then as far as the injuries go, they're just battling a lot more injuries. So I love the Chiefs here to come out strong in the first half. Take it there for your number 1 pick. Kansas City Chiefs minus 6.5 spread here in the first half versus the Giants at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we were going with Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions here for the Kansas City Chiefs at minus 122 odds. So far on the season, Tyreek Hill has cashed this in 4 of 7 games with a hook. So that means last week he had 6 versus the Titans. So he was 1 away there. He's cashed this line in both NFC East games so far this season versus Washington and Philly. And on the season, the Giants allow the 6th most receptions to wide receivers. So I do like that as well. Obviously, they give up a lot of catches to wide receivers. And Hill is going to be a great candidate, obviously, this game. He's Patrick Mahomes' go-to target. So you really should cash this line. So far, playing at home in KC, which is where this game is, Tyreek Hill is 2-1, 2-1 to this line. And like I said, I'm expecting a big night from him, particularly on prime time here. I think the offense is going to come out really firing, so I expect a lot from them. On the season, the Giants also allow the 7th most fantasy points to wide receivers, so it's honestly not a bad look to look at touchdowns on Hill, maybe a touchdown on Hardman. Definitely not a bad look there to attack the Giants secondary there. They have struggled at times this season. So in his career, now these are some interesting statistics that I found. You guys will find these kind of interesting. Tyreek Hill, in November, this is actually his most targeted month in his career, which is very interesting. He's got 167 targets in 17 career November games. That's about 10 targets a game. So to me, if he gets 10 targets in this game, he's going to cash. No doubt. He'll definitely catch 7 out of 10. That's 70%. So you can get 10 targets here, he'll cash. Like I said, for whatever reason, when the calendar flips over to November, Tyreek Hill is a big fan of that. And then as far as AFC versus NFC, so we got AFC versus NFC matchup here. So Tyreek Hill typically 4.8 receptions a game in his career versus the AFC. When he plays the NFC, it's 6.2 receptions per game. So obviously the numbers go up here, and we have a good matchup. So that's more of what we're attacking here. In his only career game versus the Giants, whether this is relevant or not, he did cash this in his only career game versus the Giants with 7 catches. But so just some interesting stats to know. I do like the November one. Honestly, that is interesting to me, and especially coming off the game that they just had. I also like that as well. I think there's going to be motivation here for the skill players that have been here a while. For Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. I don't mind Kelsey's line either. I think you can look at them both. I really wouldn't mind it. So take it there for your number 2 pick. Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions here for the Chiefs at -122 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, we are going with Evan Ingram over 30.5 receiving yards here for the New York Giants at -113 odds. So far in 5 games this year, Evan Ingram is only 2-3 to this line. However, he has cashed this in 2 of his last 3 games, and that's really when these big injuries started popping up. They're still dealing with these injuries in this game as well. Kenny Galladay, Saquon Barkley, both out. So that's huge. And then Tony and Shepard also listed as questionable. So they're going to be a little limited as well. So really like Ingram to me coming into this game. He's also listed on the injury report as questionable as well. But he is set to play, getting in a few practices this week. So he looks like he's on track. It's just one of those things where, they list some stuff, for injuries. And I don't really make a lot of that. So I think Ingram should be good to go here. Tony, I'd be worried about, though. Tony, went out of last week's game, so I'd be a little concerned about him as far as playing. Like I said, he's 2-3 to this line. Cashed him 2 of the last 3. He's coming off a season-high 8 targets last week. He's got 29 targets so far on the season, so that's about 6 per game. He's only played in 5 games. So I do like that. He's targeted enough, even when these guys were healthy. He hasn't had any game below 20 yards, so he's been above 20 in every single game, which is good. Like I said, he's had a lot more recent success here. He's drawing a great matchup, so this is where I like it the most. Chiefs allow the most yards to tight ends at 575 on the season, so that's obviously very good. That's what we like to see anytime we take a bet like this. You're talking up, around 80 yards per game to tight ends that the Chiefs allow. So I do like that. Like I said, Evan Ingram, his target share has been going up with these injuries, and it should be. He's really one of the more reliable targets now because there's just not many people left to line up and catch the ball for the Giants right now. A lot of injuries. Just crazy. But, like I said, Ingram has been talked about here around the trade deadline, but he's still suiting up. He's still going to play hard. I think he still wants to be in New York, honestly, and I think he's going to prove that either way. I think he's going to come out and play good. I really do. I anticipate Ingram to step up here. And this is really a chance for him. He's kind of been talked about a lot in his career. Can he be that guy? This is a big game for him. He's really the most reliable guy they got left. So I love it there, guys. Take it there for your number 3 pick. Evan Ingram over 30.5 receiving yards here for the Giants at -113 odds. Okay, that's going to do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 800 subscribers here by the end of the week. Other than that, it's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Good luck with your bets in this game. Whichever way you go, I wish you the best. I hope we all can cash. That's what we shoot for. We want to get that 3-0. So let's get it, guys. Let's get it here on Monday night. We're going to have a great time. All right, that's going to do it for me. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.